In the year 2020, Acquia was named by Gartner a leader in the MagicQuadrant for digital experience platforms. So it was a big moment through this whole history of building the platform where they reached the top because they were named leader next to players like Adobe, Sitecore and Oracle. What really Acquia is a big system that allows you to manage everything you really need online in regards to your communication with clients. Digital experience platform is something much more than just a CMS, because in the past you had a website and today you've got social media channels, you've got email marketing, campaigns, personalization, and really a lot of things. Digital experience platforms are mainly dedicated to mid-sized organizations and large organizations. So imagine a busy marketing department, 5, 10, 20 people, often spread across offices. They need to manage websites on various continents, languages, different kind of portfolio of landing pages, product pages, and so on. So you must imagine that this is a pretty big stuff to do, and it's pretty busy. They're pretty busy, and usually marketing departments lack good tools. Like tools to build campaigns, personalizations, and so on online, to manage, for example, images in different languages from one place in one central repository. So let's say you want to target a particular group interested in the product A, and they visit your website. So you want to swap a banner on the website to be exactly showing and promoting product A. And you want people who are interested in this product and left some marketing consent with their personal data, you want to email them exactly information about product A, and you want to see how they interact with it through various channels and devices on social media and their mobile phone. That is where you need a solution like Acquia. So it will allow you to get a big picture and manage this experience in different channels to keep it consistent. And especially what is important is manage it from one place. I had a case, working with different clients, and they had situations like they had 20 or 30 websites and 30 CMS systems, often very different CMS systems. So managing websites, managing content, uploading texts, images, it must be a nightmare if you have 30 different systems with various login details and various standards. You don't have a common repository. Forget about the personalization. It's just nowhere near that. So I learned about Acquia a year ago, and I was curious what it is really. How does it compare to giants like Adobe and Sitecore or Oracle? And I stumbled upon a story about how it was made. In the year 2000, a student from the University in Netherlands, in Antwerp, Dries Buytaert. I had to learn a few times how to pronounce it. Dries Buytaert. I hope I did it right. So, Dries, a smart guy, year 2000, he thinks, why not to do something to share content with my colleagues from the university? Kind of reminds me of a Facebook story, and Facebook wasn't there at that time. And so he published it, and he played around with it with his friends, and a year later he decided to move it outside to the world. And he said, why not to give it to a community of developers? So he made it open source and he called it Drupal. And that's the story begins, because as we know, Drupal today, they're like over 2% of websites worldwide are run on Drupal. So as you know, it became a huge success. And in 2007, Dries decided he wanted to do something more with it. And the reason was, he got many companies like MTV calling him and saying, look, Dries, help us out, we're using Drupal, it's open source, but we're an enterprise, we need it to work for us as well. So after supporting and helping with some development, he decided there is a need to commercialize Drupal, to build some enterprise class services around Drupal, and he did it. He found a guy in 2007 that had a similar idea. He was called Jay Batson. He was one of the venture capitalists from Seattle, and he thought, okay, We have the same common idea of commercializing Drupal, let's do it. And the funny thing about it is that Jay did a big research on different open source platforms because he wanted to invest in them somehow. And Drupal was one of the two he thought would be the best. So the same year, in 2007, they founded a company and got $7 million investment. The idea behind Acquia was to build an ecosystem of services and support and cloud infrastructure for large organizations to benefit from Drupal's flexibility and scalability. Acquia grew so successfully over the years. They acquired, by the year 2019, over $170 million of funding. It's a pretty big number. And at that time, they decided to sell the company to Vista Partners, a venture capital, and the estimated number is around $1 billion for the acquisition. But what happened between the year 2017 and the year 2019, before they were acquired, is that they built a whole portfolio of solutions around Drupal. And in 2014, they decided it is time to go full, and it's time to adopt the idea of digital experience platform. So Acquia, not just an ecosystem of tools around the CMS system to manage websites, but something bigger, a full range solution to manage digital experience online. Acquia did a really clever move because they divided this whole offer into two silos. Silo number one is Drupal cloud. So everything you really need to manage Drupal and all the tools for Drupal developers, like command line interface or additional solutions, modules, dedicated functionalities, as well as solutions like Drupal Cloud to host Drupal, and as well as Site Factory solution where you can just set up many different instances of Drupal, manage them, manage websites in different templates. So really useful. And on the other hand, you get Marketing Cloud, which I think is absolutely smart, because you've got under one hood, you've got solutions for personalization of your content online, for managing campaigns, for gathering data about your clients that you can use in the personalization in the future. And to do that, Acquia did acquire a lot of solutions over the years. So they acquired Mautic, which is an excellent marketing automation platform. It is still open source. They kept it that way. They put money in it and resources, so more developers are now building and expanding the capabilities of Mautic. And of course, like the solution like Agile One, which is a customer data platform where you gather data from different channels about behaviors of your clients. And what is more important, it is run by an artificial intelligence engine with a machine learning technology behind it. So the system learns about different patterns of user behaviors and then suggests what kind of campaigns, what kind of ideas to run successful campaigns. The idea behind Acquia solutions is that they're a bit cheaper but less bulky and more agile in terms of implementation, because today what you really need in marketing departments is the solutions that you can quickly implement. A few months, a few weeks to launch new campaigns and so on, so that you can quickly react to situations in the market. Especially in today's health situation, you really need something that will allow you to rapidly change websites, change languages, quickly adopt new technologies, new personalizations, and you need this agility of solutions. Forget about this bulky, huge system that are expensive, very difficult to manage. You need something more agile, in kind of ninja style. And I think Acquia is doing it right now. And we already had some projects in Acquia in Magnetic Point, and really happy with it. And we're still trying to use this potential even further for brands to succeed in digital experience area.